So I will be going through everything in the Demon Hunter update. The game did get a large update now, adding like Slayer cards, like uncapping blades basically, so you can go above a bit above cap, like increasing the capacity like by 60%, I'm pretty sure. Changing some BDAs, like buffing some, nerfing some, and changing some components. And most importantly, the Slayer cards, like I said before, that's actually good content that they added to the game. So yeah, we're gonna start through Slayer content first, and we're gonna go on Demon content at the end. We're gonna begin with Slayer cards now. So I'm gonna show them on the screen. We're gonna begin with commons and then rare cards, and then we're gonna go from legend. And then we're gonna go to legendaries. Okay. All right. That is all the Demon Slayer cards for now. Yeah, that's all that's been added in this update. So now we're gonna move on to the Slayer PvP changes, which is in my opinion like some nice changes. The unlag on sweep components were reduced. Thunderclap and Flash is now usable twice when you activate Surge. Blade screen end lag is slightly increased, so that's enough. Blade screen has also a 1 second cooldown per blade screen component. So 3 components will be equal to to a 7 second cooldown if you put it like that. Whirling Rising Slash got like nerfs all around the board basically. As end lag increased, it has a 1.5 second cooldown added, and its iframes were slightly reduced. Not that big of a deal, but yeah, there was some nerfs to it. So Sugoku also being voided has been fixed. So the Sugoku beggars go now, shoot your shot with the Ashras. Maybe they'll give you like Sugoku for like 1 day. Breathless users got their range increased slightly, so that's a little buff for breathless users. I know Golbert's gonna be happy. Um, Flame pattern added to Katana Blade pool. If you wanted Rengoku's Flame Blade, like that's what they're probably talking about, you can now get it. Queuing as a slayer in a solo party will now make it that you actually queue alone, so will force you to queue alone. I know people complaining about accidentally queuing with Mizunotos or someone higher ranked than them and it was messing up their queues. No longer think. Surge V2 is no longer needed to obtain Slayer Mark on C3 World, which was a good change. But I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Progression towards Surge V2 is now increased against immunes. Surge V2 progression is now also made easier for burst users, since demons never put Surge against them, and they have the Surge V2. One of the requirements is killing many demons in Surge, so they probably have a reduced amount. Slayer birthmark added as a reward for being title on Elo reset, and now Slayer birthmark gives buffs, which is an important part of this video. So the Slayer birthmark now gives you 2 innate, 1.2 times Surge length. Slayer mark gives you a 10% damage buff and 10% more blood on Surge. Being title on Elo reset also gives advantages now. It gives you 20 clan rerolls, 20 blood, and Slayer mark birthmark. No Slayer birthmark, and a new Slayer perk. Now go add it to the game. It's called something like Village Favorite. Yeah, it gives you like 25% deals when it comes to like dealing with the swordsman and things like that, repairing your blade, which is actually, I mean, it's pretty nice, but not really cares about that. All right, so a good quality of life update was made on the upgrading weapons. I'm going to speak to this. I'm going to speak on this now. So they've actually added a bit more content as well and more things to grind for, which is a bit peak, but yeah, they added more things to grind for. So basically, now there are recipes for auto crafting with priority for material quality. So if you don't understand what I mean, say you don't have to drag the thing like you did before. You just click normally now, and you can like click onto a recipe and basically have it also fill for you, making it a lot easier, and it also goes to the best quality as well, so you don't like jam on like there's a high chance of like success basically is what I'm trying to say. So the recipes for exchanging certain materials, it's like to unlock it you have to obviously do it the first time without using the recipe, but then after you do the recipe it's smooth sailing and it auto does it for you. Now I'm going to speak on the tempering the sword or strengthening the blood for demon. This will basically reset all the material upgrades you have done. Bear this in mind, this is going to set you to 0% affinity, 0% siphon. It's going to reset everything you've done on your blade, and it's going to reset everything you've done on your demon transmutations. So think wisely before you do this. But it increases your capacity by 60%. You're only allowed to do this twice. So basically you go from 150% to 210%. And then from 210%, you can go to 270% if you don't understand. So they basically give you a new capacity max sword stat or max transmutation stat of 270%. So it's a bit like, I don't know, some people are gonna be like, they're gonna find it difficult to understand this. So they've raised the cap to 270%, and to increase your cap, you reset the upgrades that you've done on your blade. That's like the easiest way I can explain it. Oh yeah, you can do this a maximum of 2 times. Like I said before, maximum of 270%. And that is basically it. There's only a hard cap for Nitrian right now, I'm pretty sure, but I don't think there's a hard cap for anything else. They had to add like a 210% Nitrian hard cap because I'm pretty sure it was too brain dead to allow it to go to 270%. So anyway, that is it for the sword changes. Alright, it's 4 a.m. at the time I'm recording this, so I'm now going to start speedrunning the rest of the video. Elo system now has been changed. You can only gain Elo at level 200. You can only lose Elo at level 200. Combat logging only removes 2 Elo. Before it removed 10, so it has been lessened from 10 to 2. Elo can only be lost in queues. Depending who you're fighting against, you will lose and gain more Elo. So if you're fighting against a pillar or a moon, let's say, as a Nate or a Kinoe, you will gain more Elo if you were to win, and you will lose less if you were to lose. So basically, the multiplier that a player has will change how much you gain / lose Elo. So the zone now encloses a lot earlier at 5 minutes instead of 8 minutes. The pillar and pipe scroll are now 3 minutes long, meaning that your mission will end a lot earlier, meaning that you're not stuck in the queue for longer. PDQs also now give you 3 times the elos, meaning that grinding in PDs is going to be way more beneficial than grinding in non-PD time. But it's also obviously more risky. Oh yeah, NPCs no longer give search packs. Remember that. Alright, let's begin with the demons side of the buffs now. Or the demon side of the changes anyway. Okay, so they fixed a bug where wind jump can cancel the jump basically. This is mostly a nerf, although it's a bug fix, it is enough to wind fan BDA. Wind jump height reduced was also made as a change for better follow-up to compensate apparently. In my opinion, I don't think wind fan really needed the buffs, but hey man, this is this point of view from a slayer. Anyway, spare projection slow was increased. This is a spare buff, obviously. Artisan Gyutaro now scales with the grab run, so the HP will now scale with the grab run speed. So the higher HP they are, the more close to normal they are, and the lower HP, the more the more slower their grab is going to be, making it harder for them to land it. Also making it harder for them to run away, basically. So Artisan Gyutaro users basically, they're not going to be able to run away with their grab anymore like they were doing before. I probably have a clip of it showing, or I've already showed one. Civilians can no longer give combo meter, so this also affects the Arcs users who are using the civilians for combo meter, using raw and civs. We see you, bro. You guys were nuffed. Anyway, compass needle haste was reduced, no more running away, and Hyro passive was literally added. No, Hyro actually has a decent passive. In my opinion, Hyro is actually a decent BDA now, because the passive is now, once you proc the raw, the Hyro procs, they proc fair on their raw and their wolf form to nearby slayers basically. It's so good because fair is like a 1.2 times damage multiplier. Anyway, Thunderdev's size was reduced if the user is an electrifier, so it's like a conditional type thing. Thunderdev's cooldown was also reduced as a buff. Yeah, I don't know why they're buffing this shit. But Thunderdev is up, how can I put this? When you're in electrified the lightning cloak mode, when Thunderdef is up, it is longer, so the duration is longer for the circle skill. I'll probably have a clip of it showing as well, going to balance CP. Flesh Slam cooldown has also been decreased. There were some passive BDA changes because we've only been on actives there. Poison passive proc was removed on Raw, so poison has officially been nerfed. Chains now drags people in slowly, that is definitely a buff, and Cryo can no longer be procced while the opponent is in water prison, so no more infinite combos. People are doing 100 to zeros with that shit. It was stupid. Anyway, yeah, that's it with the demon changes currently.